poppin' YouTube? Hey, you know what time it is. It's time to heal. I got a powerful herb for y'all today, all right? Stay tuned. Yo, what up? What time is it, y'all? It's time to heal, right? What we talking about today? By the caption, you probably already know. Cascara Sagrada. Nickname, Sacred Bark. You know what? Let's cut to the intro. I ain't got no intro, all right? So we just gonna freestyle this. All right, we back, y'all. Let's talk about it. Cascara Sagrada. Try saying that shit 5 times in a row. It's gonna fuck you up. Cascara Sagrada. Let's talk about it. So let's talk about who needs this in the first place. Let's talk about what it is, right? Let's talk about how it even works in your body. And last, let's talk about God damn, what the fuck? All right, so before I was interrupted by them screaming kids, we were talking about Cascara Sagrada. So first, let's talk about who even needs this herb, right? This miracle herb. So this is a natural laxative, is what it is, okay? So if you're constantly constipated, right? If you have severe GI problems, I call it a medication. This is a medication slash herb that will be beneficial for you. But remember though, even if you don't have these conditions, this is still something good to drink maybe say like once a week, right? Just to get everything flowing. And I'll tell you why later on, right? So let's talk about, nobody wants to talk about this, but constipation, right? It's a real thing. About 4 million Americans are constipated at this moment right now. So whatever food you eat, it has to have a substantial amount of water, and it has to have fiber as well. If whatever you eat lacks these two things, your body is not going to be able to digest this food through your large intestine the way that it's supposed to. So the body is smart. The body is a miracle machine. So what is it going to do? It's going to take and draw the water away from your cells, right? From your organs, and it's going to flush it all into your large intestine, because it needs that to be able to go through your large intestine in order for you to have a functioning and proper bowel movement. So some of the foods that Americans eat, I call it the SAD diet, standard American diet, same thing. They wake up in the morning, they eat eggs, bacon, potatoes, bread, whatever the hell, right? It has little to no fiber, little to no water. You gotta remember too, when you wake up in the morning, you're dehydrated when you wake up in the morning. If you sleep for 8 hours, you don't just sit there and sleep beautiful. You move around, right? You exert a lot of energy, your metabolism goes up, you start to sweat, you lose electrolytes, those 8 hours. So when you wake up in the morning and you eat food that doesn't aid in your hydration, it actually does the opposite, right? It makes you dehydrated because, like I said earlier, it pulls away all of your water from your cells and it flushes it into your large intestine. So people are constipated and they're dehydrated throughout the day, right? Now, how do you fix that? Well, you got to eat foods that are high in fiber and high in water. When you wake up in the morning, instead of eating eggs and bacon first, if that's what you want to do, just eat fruit in the morning, right? It's going to hydrate your body, right? And also it has a lot of fiber in it. And this is something that gets eliminated in your body within a matter of an hour. So what's the fix for this? Honestly, the fix is really easy. Stop eating the SAD diet, the standard American diet, and in the morning, eat fruit, vegetables, right? Fruit juices. You can start juicing, right, to get your system going as well. However, I know this is a hard transition. It took me a long time to get off of the standard American diet and actually eat a plant-based diet. It took years, honestly, for me to be consistent with it. So most people don't just start the next day, right? So if you are eating the way that you are eating and it's causing constipation, it's causing the pain in your stomach. And as a paramedic, I tell my patients this all the time. You know your body the best. You know when something is not right in your gut. This is where your intuition is, right? You ever heard that saying, I got a gut feeling, right? This is your first brain. This is your second brain. This is going to tell you, hey, something is not right. I got to get this stuff going. Try Cascara Sagrada, okay? So let's talk about how this even works, right? The mechanism of action for Cascara Sagrada. So this herb is known to produce a chemical called glycosides. Now, glycosides stimulate peristalsis. What's peristalsis? It's an involuntary movement or cramping or contraction of your large intestine. It's what makes your bowel movements or your stools go from point A to point B, right? Now, the dangers, or the reason why I prefer not to take something like an over-the-counter laxative, for example, they work in two ways. The major way that they work, or the most common way that they work, is that they send a lot of water to your large intestines and causes your stool to swell. Because like I said earlier, if you're constipated, your stool is very hard, right? It's hard because you don't have enough water in your food, right? So the laxative is going to make your large intestine swell, right? When your large intestine swell, you have what we call stretch receptors on your large intestine, and that's going to naturally cause peristalsis, because now your body thinks that I have something in my large intestine which is supposed to be food, and it's going to cause that cramping and that involuntary contraction of your large intestine. However, the more natural way to get everything going if you are constipated, Cascara Sagrada is the most natural and the first laxative out there. It is so powerful. I guarantee if you drink a cup of this, you're going to be going to the bathroom within a matter of, let's say, 2 or 3 hours. Guaranteed. Let me tell you one thing though. That shit don't taste good though, all right? It don't taste good, but that's okay, because we're here to heal, right? We're not here for taste, right? So, Cascara Sagrada. So let's talk about where this herb originated from. It originated from North America, right? Like I said, it's first laxative, North America, and it comes in different forms. It comes in bark, right? Like the bark from a tree. It comes from the leaves also. They have Cascara Sagrada leaves as well. And it's even in a powder form as well. I prefer doing it in the bark because I can make a tea. I can even make a tonic, right? I did a 14-day cleanse, and it had Cascara Sagrada in it as well as a lot of other herbs to detox everything out of my body. Let me tell you, my skin started to clear up, right? I didn't have constipation, right? I didn't have memory fog. All that stuff went away, okay? Like I said, this is your first brain. If you clear this up, you're going to clear this up also naturally, all right? Now that we talked about all the fun stuff, let's talk about some of the risk factors. Because Cascara Sagrada, like any herb, is still a medication, all right? So it still has some kind of side effect. So be wary to use this medication if you have heart conditions such as like CHF, for example, or AFib is a very common one, right? Patients who take a medication called digoxin. It's a medication that basically takes away some of your potassium. Potassium is used in your heart to relax your heart, so it won't have the ability to pump as much and pump as fast. However, like I said, Cascara Sagrada, it is a strong medication. Trust me, you're gonna feel this thing for real. So when you eliminate or you have a bowel movement, you're not just eliminating water. A lot of times you're also eliminating some electrolytes. So some electrolytes like potassium. So if you take medications that are naturally lowering your potassium and you take Cascara Sagrada, which is a medication that has the ability to lower your potassium as well, it's kind of like a double whammy right there. You can actually hurt yourself. So if you do have heart conditions and you do take medications that are naturally lowering your potassium, or if you're on dialysis, just consult with a doctor first before taking Cascara Sagrada. I'm here for y'all. Like I said, it's time to heal. Let's try to get away from these big pharmaceuticals that just put a band-aid and just take your money for years and years and years and don't fix anything. All right, let's heal ourselves with these natural resources that we have, that God gave to us. All right, so if you're interested in taking Cascara Sagrada, or any other herb for that matter, I'm going to be uploading a different herb every week. I have a contract with a wholesaler as well, so I'll be able to bottle, and I'll be able to send these herbs to you as well. Just let your boy know I got you. I'm out.